Now we are here with our third Student Athlete of the Year scholarship finalist. Every year the Friends of OCM puts on a scholarship competition for student athletes at all of the area local high schools here in Oshkosh. And it's a great opportunity for us to get to know some of our amazing student athletes from all the high schools here, as well as give them a chance to talk about a little bit why they deserve one of those $1,000 scholarships. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mariah Nelson from Valley Christian and her coach, her volleyball coach, Rob Abel. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in. I know you're very busy, both of you, and being a student athlete involved in all these different things, it's just amazing. So we appreciate you giving us your time today and getting a chance to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
So Mariah, first off, you're at Valley Christian, student athlete. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what sports you are involved in and how you got involved with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I play volleyball and basketball. I started volleyball when I was in 5th grade, and then I started basketball when I came to Valley Christian my sophomore year.
Wonderful. So you've been doing both few years
Yeah.
at least,
Yeah.
which is good. And coach, you coach Mariah with
In
volleyball.
yep.
Tell us what it's like working with her as
Oh,
an athlete.
man. Well, coaching Mariah has been just an absolute blessing. She is the example that you want for student leader. She is, I've been coaching for 2 years. She's been captain for 2 years. Her sophomore year when she came to the school, you could tell that she was going to be a special athlete, and she was MVP, I believe, all 3 years that you were at the school. I always say the good players, they take other players with them. So she would take the younger players. Being a small school, we have a lot of younger players, and she would train them up as well. Just a phenomenal attitude out on the court. Never showboating, but just always being respectful of the coaches, of the other team, and the absolute example of what you want in a player.
Wonderful. And Mariah's just sitting here smiling like, I guess I'm kind of all right, right? And Mariah, so you're an amazing student athlete. You do a great job on the court, but you're also involved in a lot of other things. What are some of your favorite things that you do outside of your sports?
Yeah, oh wow, there's a lot of different things. I'm the student council president and also president of my class, so that takes a lot of responsibility as well. I'm really involved with my church and the youth group and things like that. And then Valley Christian really puts an emphasis on community outreach and stuff like that. So we're involved with a lot of things like that, like missions trips, and I've been to music and bands and worship team. And
holy cow.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
How do you find time to, give your attention and, prioritize? How do you make it all work?
Oh, a lot of prayer and naps for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm a to-do list person, and so that really keeps me on track.
Definitely, kind of keeping everything in order and organized. You mentioned that you are very involved with missions trips, and in your essay, in your application, you had talked about one specific one that really spoke to you. Maybe you can give us a little bit of a story of what you went through on that one.
Yeah, I'd love to. Last year, my junior year, we took a trip to Milwaukee, to the inner city of Milwaukee, and this was a destination unknown missions trip, so we didn't know we were going until we got there. And so once we got there, it was kind of disappointing at first because it was so close to home, but it definitely didn't feel like that once we dug into the things that we were doing there. And it's a life-changing trip. It was for 4 days over the weekend. And we got to serve the homeless people and make meals for them. We had a spa day with the women, and I got to pray with one of the women, and just seeing their hope was amazing. And the kids also, I mean, it was an awesome experience.
So cool. And you said it was eye-opening for you that hearing the hope for these people to be able to continue their education or to make a change in their life or anything, and it just really made you appreciate everything you had, especially your education.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool.
I had sat next to a lady at dinner while we shared the same meal, and she talked about her hopes of going to college and starting her own business, and that was amazing. I mean, she's here in this homeless shelter, and she still has, hopes to continue her education, and that made me so grateful for the place that I'm in right now.
So cool. And that's not the only mission trip that you've been involved with. You do have another pretty big one planned. You're going to Africa.
Yes, South
Africa
in April. I'm so excited for that. We've been planning for that already. I'm one of the leaders on the trip, so I'm super excited about that. And we're just going to be working with orphans and feeding programs and stuff like that. So we're really excited for that one too.
Amazing. Well, it's crazy to think how much you're involved in and how much effort and time that you give to each of those specific things to be so successful. So I got to give you kudos for that. Coach, you've worked with Mariah for quite a while as an athlete. What can you say about Mariah as a person? How have you seen her, grow and develop as a person in the years?
Well, Mariah has the ability to not put 50% at any one thing that she does. So she's named a whole list of stuff, but everything she does at 100%. She changes people's perspectives in lives when she does this. She just has that love and that compassion about her. She's also done it for me as a coach. She's been able to be one of the only players to come and train me up as a coach and say, hey, I'm working hard off season, and tell me the things that you need from me so that we can get the whole team to the level that we need them to get at. I haven't had that from too many players, and she would come from basketball camp in the summertime straight to volleyball camp the same day and give 100% at my camp. So she personifies compassion and Christian leadership.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
She sounds like the type of player and the type of student that you just dream of.
She absolutely is.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Mariah, you are class president. I had to ask you about that. What has that leadership role been like for you?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we're in charge of as like a small school is raising money for our class trip. And so we kind of dropped the ball a little bit freshman year till now. And so that's a big thing. And then also just being a senior, our teachers are really encouraging us to make a statement of what our class is going to leave. And so I'm kind of in charge of that and the attitude that we bring around the school. So
definitely, which brings your personality forward. You've got the perfect personality for that too, which is great. I got to ask you about your plans after high school. Do you have any college applications out or anything?
Yes, I have actually been accepted to the University of Northwestern St. Paul in Minneapolis. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm planning to pursue a degree in psychology. And so trips like the mission trip that I took last year and the one this year have really influenced that. And so I'm hoping to go into counseling so I can maybe work with the homeless people, anything like that. So
wow,
I'm
really
excited.
Cool. How exciting. So you already got your plans ready for after high school, which is probably a big load off your shoulders too, I can imagine. Do you plan to continue to play volleyball or basketball in school?
I am hoping to play volleyball, so we'll see where that takes me.
Yes, and then there's always intramurals too for those 5 minutes of spare time that you'll have between classes and things like that. Coach, any words of advice for Mariah as she moves on into the next chapter of life here?
My words of advice is be Mariah, because you are what brings light. Okay, so just be yourself and you'll succeed.
Wonderful. Mariah, anything that you're looking forward to this summer that outside of your amazing trip to Africa that you'll be doing, as far as preparing for college and things like that?
Yeah, I'm hoping to stay in the gym just to prepare, for volleyball and things like that, and just to be done. It'll be really nice to hang out with my classmates one last summer, so we're excited about that.
Yeah. Anything you're going to miss about Oshkosh and leaving town for a little while?
Yeah, I'm going to miss my school for sure. Valley is a really small school, and sometimes we're missed in the schools in the area, but I cannot deny the education and the opportunities that they've given me. I've grown in my faith so much, and just all the teachers there as well, so I'm very excited about that.
Very cool. Well, I have to thank you so much again for coming and letting us get to know you a little bit better. And Coach, thank you for all the kind words and helping us get to know Mariah too. And I have to say, best of luck. It's so exciting seeing all your plans, and we know you're going to just do wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.